Hello all. Hope you're able to see me, and we're going to start in the next 2 minutes. Hi. Yeah. So you're all able to see me, and we are going to start in the next 2 minutes. Okay. So some echoes are there. Okay. So now it is okay. And day one, I think day one, a lot of people have joined, and they liked it. I loved it that they liked it, and this is the, I think, the fourth iteration. Yeah, it is the fourth iteration of every month. CSS, JavaScript, React. They are the main thing on this channel, and that is what help you to become a web app developer. And I'm very proud a lot of people have become web app developer by going through my videos only. My paid batches are a different thing, but through my YouTube videos also a lot of people have become web app developer, like a mechanical engineer who become a web app developer. Follow me through LinkedIn, because that LinkedIn thing, that's a complete package. Okay, it is not like the YouTube. The LinkedIn is my complete package. Okay, you follow me on, you do this project, you do HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js from my channel, live workshop, and after that you do a lot of React.js projects. After that you do a lot of React.js project, post them on LinkedIn, tag me, I will tag you back. You'll get the reach, and you'll get a job. As simple as that. Only this thing you have to do. Do around 10 React.js project, 10 JavaScript project, maybe 10 CSS Flexbox or Grid project, and you'll get a job. That is sure. Means if you put 30 projects in LinkedIn, there is no one in this world who will not give you a job, because the HTML, this React.js thing is so much in demand that you will definitely get a job. And that is what I mainly teach. CSS beginners to advanced, JavaScript beginners to advanced, React.js beginners to advanced, and I'm going full on this month in React.js, because I'm teaching Redux also this month. Fourth week is Redux, and fifth week is React Native. So it is full on. Means React Native also, there are a lot of jobs, and if you have this skill of React Native above your React.js skills, you'll definitely get a job in a startup. That is for sure. Okay, so that is there, and so let us get started now. And we are in day two, because we have to complete a lot. Because as I told, in CSS, the main thing is Flexbox and Grid nowadays. So I'm going to complete those things also, CSS, Flexbox, and Grid, which are a must, which are literally a must to go ahead in CSS nowadays, because all the startup works on that only. And someone was asking also yesterday that whether you'll do. And again, those people who are new here, those who don't know, this is a certification course, and definitely you are going to get certificate for all this, attending all 5 days. And I'm doing some a bit lenient also. If someone have not attended the day one, they can go back and attend it right now, and you will get the but the attendance you'll get from the YouTube video only. That is given this. You go back, watch day one again. At somewhere I gave the attendance form, fill that attendance, so I will consider. Okay, so you have 1 day. Means generally what happens, whenever I do live, the attendance form is available after 1 day. So I will give you that much time. You can do that. And today's again attendance form for day two. Let me write this down. So attendance form will be given at the end. Write it here also. Attendance form will be. And today is a very important day. Why this is very important? In CSS, we are going to do something very good, very important things nowadays, because positioning and all those things will be done today. Okay, so let's get started, and let's do it. And so I will share my screen. So this is something which we have done yesterday. All these things till here we're done, and I'm working on the same file. Okay, same file I'm going to work, and I'm going to go live. It will go live here as always. Okay, let me close it and let me open it here. So this is what we created yesterday, and we're going to go ahead of that. Okay, ahead of this. Okay, so what we are going to do now. So first thing is that let us do a bit of more fonts. This is linked. Why I did like this? No, I don't want. Style.css is linked. So this S3, what we need to do, let us do something more like this S3, and I can give a font weight of like 800. So numbers are also there in font weight, so I'm giving a bit of this. And font style, so there is a tag, so I'm telling some more tags. Font style is a italics. I'm going to do save it. See, it will become a little bit of slanted, so this is not italics. By default font style is normal. Okay, by default it is normal, so that is there. And then there is something known as text decoration. We are going to use a lot of this. Text decoration is underline. Text decoration is underline, so the underline will be created in both of the S3. It has been done. Okay, text decoration and underline. And there is one more thing which is known as text transform is uppercase. Text transform is uppercase, so everything will be uppercase. Okay, everything will be uppercase. So this is there. Hi Vikas. Hi everyone. So this is there. And then there is something known as letter spacing also. So letter spacing. So we have seen this m and all those things yesterday. 2m I'll do. So we can directly do like this, 2m. A bit of letter spacing. The letter spacing is the space between the letters. And we have something known as word spacing also. So let us do that. Word spacing. It's like 0.8m. I'll do 0.8m. I see the word are also now spaced. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to do is let us let us style some list. Okay, so let us style some list, and we're going to style some tables also. So first let us style some list, because this is a CSS class in which I want to tell a lot of things. Okay, so this is not like the one which I do on a weekend. We are going to learn about a lot of things. Okay, so here after this I will have a div of categories I will have, and here a h2 of categories I will have, and then ul I'm going to have ul, and inside this ul, I'm going to have okay, so okay, inside this ul I'm going to have a li. Okay, li I'm going to have, and here I will have an anchor tag of href equal to, because generally anchor tag we give something in this. Okay, so here I can give a category of one. Okay, href equal to some link I should give. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give a hash. So some link you should give, but I'm going to give hash. So this anchor tag I'm taking it for a reason, so that pointer will be there, and it will, you see what it will happen like that. Okay, category one I have done, and I'm going to see 1 2 3 4 5 1 2, but we're just learning the styling here. Okay, 3 4 5, save it, and I will save it. See, and it will show like this. Okay, category 1 2 3 4 5, because I have an anchor tag, so anchor tag is there, and it is showing like this, underscore it is showing. So now what is the main thing? Our main thing is to style this thing. Okay, make it a bit beautiful. So how to do that? So I'll go to this categories dot, so come on down and go to categories, and border of 1 px solid, and maybe gray, solid gray. Then I will have a padding. So as you know, you give it a padding, there will be space. Okay, there will be space, so this a bit of space around it will be fold, and then a border radius is of 15 px is there. Save it. So a border radius will be created. Border radius of 15 px will be created. Now I want these categories to be shown at the center, so do dot categories and h2. Inside this there is a h2 is there. This h2 is there. H2 I'll do a text align of center. Text align of center I'll do, and see it will move to the center. It will move to the center. Now this ul, so whatever the ul is, the ul, I don't want any padding in it, so I'll do dot categories. Those who have joined it, I'm just styling the list. Okay, and attendance form will be as always given at the end. Categories and ul, and you have to fill all 5 the attendance form to get the certification. Okay, categories ul, and padding is of 0. Padding is of 0. The moment I do this, it will be shifted here, because the padding is now, there is no padding in the unordered list. Okay, so and this is now going beyond, so it is not also looking good. So there is another thing which is known as list style. Okay, list style, it is known as list style. So list style of none I will give. So list style of none I will give. this will also go away. This dot dot will go away. Generally we remove this thing. Okay, so now the next thing is that this our anchor tag, because the anchor tag, this blue thing is come, blue thing and this underline thing is come. I don't want this. So how to remove this? Dot categories and a and text decoration is none. Text decoration is none. So the text decoration underline will be gone away and the color will be black. I want it to be black. But because I've taken this anchor tag, I have this pointer every time I point over it. Okay, so that is like that. Okay, so that is done. Now what I will need to do, I need to have some hover styling here. So dot categories and a and hover, and maybe text decoration underline. Yeah, text decoration underline, why not? Because only I hover, see the text decoration underline will be done. And maybe another thing I will do, color as red. So yeah, it is good. It is good. So that is good. Now the next thing, actually the last thing which I need to do is that the li. So I will target this li and have some padding bottom of it, because these are very close, and I will have some border bottom also. So I'll see dot categories li and padding bottom is 6x and border bottom is 1px dotted and hash 333. So I'm using the shortcut hexadecimal notation 3331 3 times I've given, it means it is 6 times. Okay, I'll save it. See, now it is shown like this. Okay, see, now a bit of padding is there, padding bottom, and border also we can take only bottom. So now see how good it is looking. So it is like this. So this is how it is, how you can style it through CSS. So this is done. Now the next thing which we are going to do is styling forms. So as I've told, forms are always important. Forms are very important everywhere in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So we are going to style the forms because we're going to learn forms in JavaScript. Whenever we're going to do, we are going to learn forms in JavaScript. DOM manipulation also means that is next week. Next week is JavaScript week. Those who don't know, next week is JavaScript week. So we are and please do attend it. A lot of people find CSS very easy. After some time, JavaScript people do find it tough. So you should learn it from different places. If you're finding it tough, you should learn from different places and see wherever you can get it in your head. That is important, because people who are from non-native background and doing the first programming language will be JavaScript. HTML, CSS are not programming languages, and they might find that tough. So please attend next week class. Okay, so this is just again I have done some spacing because it was going very down. I'm going to have a form inside it. So form dot my form is there. Okay, class action I don't need. Okay, action again comes from those PHP days. So PHP days, those actions were there. Okay, and but PHP days are not yet over. I was talking to someone in the evening, and he was telling that in my city of Bhopal, there is a lot of PHP developer roles. Why? Because all the government sites are in PHP. There was. So form group is there, and label is there, and name is there, and then just see I'm wrapping it with the div, and we are going to have the same thing like that we are seen in the HTML class. Those who have not attended my HTML class, HTML I don't have any specific class, but HTML what I have during the weekend workshop, first hour is HTML, and that is more than enough. As always I tell, okay, but see that if you want to learn HTML is very short, don't go beyond that. Okay, input type text is there, and then I'm not giving those IDs and all those things, okay, because those are not mandatory and we are doing CSS. We don't need those right now. So form group I have done. Then again a form group and a form group, two form groups I will have. This label will be email, let it be text only, let it be email, and this one will be message, and this one will be a text area. So in the text area, I don't need this. I need this as text area, and here text area will be there. And then after this, I will have input, and this time we are going to beautify this button also a lot. A lot means it will be very good. Okay, submit, and a class of button and a value of maybe send, or maybe submit. And then when I save this will be again my ugly form which was there always. This ugly form will be there. So then as always I'm go here and the my form. So not as always, this is we're doing for the first time. So this my form, I'll give a padding. So there is a golden rule. There is a golden rule in CSS development. You give padding, everything will be beautified. Okay. So wrap everything with a padding. Because it gets something known as breathing space. This is known as breathing space. Everything gets a breathing space. Everything has a term in programming. Okay. So padding. So it is all way around the padding has been done. And then the form group. See here the form, although I have given a div, so everything is coming in its own line. But I want some space here also. So those who remember in the HTML, I have given a BR here, break row here. And instead of break row, I can give a padding bottom also, because I have got access to this nice CSS properties. So I'll come here and I'll do a my form and dot form group, my form and form group. I'm going to do padding bottom is like 15px and save it. See, a padding bottom is created. Now what I want here, I want this labels to come in their own line. So like this name should come into own line, email should come into own line, message should come in own line, but it is not coming. Why it is not coming? Because they are inline elements. I want them to become a block level element. So to make an inline element a block level element, how I can do that? Either I can wrap it with a div, or I can do it in a BR, or there is a better way in CSS. I will do that, follow that better way in CSS. So I'll come here, this my form, I'll do my form and label I'll do, and then display of block I'll do. Label I'm making it as display of block. So display of block I'm making. See, all of them are coming in its own line. Already it is looking very good. So only two things are remaining, and one of that thing is that see, if I type something here, see there I need some space here, and I need this input boxes to be expanding completely, so it will look very good. So for that, what I need to do, I need to select this input type text and this text area. So okay, so this is like okay, so this I have to select. So I can have a common class in all of them. I can have a common class. That is one way. There is another way also, and I will show the another way, because you should know that way also. Okay. So dot my form and input type of text. So this is how to select the input type of all the input boxes of type text will be selected, and then dot my form and text area I'll do. Then here first thing is that padding I have to do padding 8px. I'll do padding 8px. See, now there is a padding added, and now the next thing I'll do is width is 100%. Width is 100%. I'll do it, and the width will become 100%. So it is beautified. Only one thing is remaining, which is to beautify this button. So how to beautify this button, which is again very easy. Let us beautify this button. So let us do that. Dot button, because it has got a class of dot button. So it has got a class of button, so dot button. So the first thing which I'm going to do is maybe a bit of, so see, not many things is required. So padding is, I will give it as top down. So you have to think like this. Top down I will give actually 10px, and right bottom I'll give it as maybe 15px. 15px I'll do, save it. So top down 10px, and like this 15px. So it is good. Then I want to make the border as none. See, border as none I'll do, border as none I'll do. So see, the border has gone. Then I have something known as border radius. So border radius is I will make it, see, by default every box has a sharp edges. These sharp edges are there. I don't want sharp edges, I want round edges, a bit of round edges. So 5px I'll do, 5px, save it, and see, a bit of round edges which are not shown because this color is messing up a lot. Okay, so I will make it a good color. Okay, I'll make a background color of like dark blue. Dark blue is a good color actually. Dark blue I'll make. But now the text is not being shown. Why? Because the text should be white. If you had a darker background inside, the text should be light. So color should be white. So I'll see it. and see already it is looking very good. But I will do something more like maybe the okay font weight is bold. Okay, font weight bold I will give, and one more thing I will give. Okay, it is looking good. Text transform is uppercase. Text transform uppercase I'll do, and it will look good. It is already looking good. So everything is good here. Everything is done. Just I need the hover style. Okay, so I'll come here and that's button I'll do, and over I'll do, and background is like background is maybe dark magenta will be there, and cursor will be pointer. So this is like that. Okay, so I'll come here and see. So this is how good looking the button has been, and all the form is been done, and it is looking very good. So that is there. And now what the thing we are going to do? So now we're done with this thing. Now there is the thing which we are going to do is alignment and floating. See, like CSS Flexbox and Grid are there. There is something known as alignment and floating also. This is a very old kind of CSS. Okay, so it started from the start. Means not from the start, a bit later on. Because one more thing I want to tell before alignment and floating, that table were there. So people used to use table to do the layout. Such a weird thing, and nowadays nobody does that. So why is layout important? So this is something basic we have learned till now, but layouts are important. See, where should the one part of the website go? Where should the other part of the website go? So that are known as layout. And there are actually 4 techniques to do that. More than 4, but major 4 techniques. One is that alignment and float technique, which is very old. And because of alignment and float only, CSS got it bad name. Alignment and float are a bit not complicated. It has got some bugs, and it doesn't have that much feature. So when alignment and float came, people didn't like it a lot. So people moved toward the CSS framework of Bootstrap, which is again bad because Bootstrap is like greedy kind of thing. You have some grids like 6-point grid, and all the websites. See, it is something like that. All the websites make with Bootstrap look like the same only because they will have the same style. So no uniqueness was coming out of the web. So that was there. So Bootstrap gained popularity because float is not very good. I'm going to tell float, but there is a reason behind it, because you should know a bit of float, because maybe you will get some old code in which the float, left, float, right will be there. If you don't want to learn also, then you can just learn. Okay, see that a bit of float is there. I also insist to do through Flexbox and Grid, and after that in 2015 Flexbox and Grid came, and they just changed everything. And after CSS Flexbox and Grid, the website started to look very, very good. So all these apples of the world and all these threads of this world are made through Flexbox and Grid only. You go to any startup, there you have to use Flexbox and Grid only. I have talked with a lot of people, and they're telling me that okay, in their startup, Bootstrap is not allowed. Okay, that's why Bootstrap I don't teach also, and Bootstrap is very easy to learn. Also, if you want to learn, you can learn very easily. So, but we are going to learn now floats and alignments and floats. So it's a bit old kind of thing, but yeah, I'm not going to learn that much, but yeah, a bit we are going to learn. So after this, I'm going to have this, and this is a layout technique. Okay, so div dot block I'll have, okay, yellow CK I'll have block, and here h2 of heading 1 I'll have, and p lorem I'll have lorem maybe 20, lorem 20, and I'll have this I'm going to create a 3-column layout with float. A 3-column layout are very popular. So 2 and 3. So after this, okay, this I'll have a HR here and a BR here. Save it. So it will come like this. Okay, it will come like this, one after the another. But I'm going to change it to a 3-column layout. So how to do that with floats? Okay, with floats. So with floats, it is very easy to do. So all of this have a class of blocks. Okay, all of these have a class of blocks. So I'll come here and do a dot block. Okay, then I'll do a float. There is a property known as float. Float left. So what will happen? All the three things will be started to floating toward the left. I'll save it, but you'll see nothing will happen. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening because we have to give something more. We have to give the width of each one of them. Okay, so I'll give the width 33.333%, because that is how we divide 100 divided by 3 is this much only. Okay, so 33.33%, and the famous 3-column layout has been created. But there is a issue in this. There is a big issue in this. Those have not seen. I was having a HR here. HR means horizontal root. I was having a HR here, but that HR is not there anymore. The float has eaten it up. So this is a thing with float. Whenever you give something as float, it messes up with anything, with everything which comes after it. If I was having some other styles after it, like this HR I have, it messed up with it. It just removed it from the, because when you do something float, when you're floating everything to the left, it doesn't comes back. Everything has come to the left. It will not come back. Okay, so that is the problem with there. So now what we are going to have, this like okay, so this is there, and there are many fixes for this. So one of the fix is to have something known as a, after we're done with floating, we'll have an empty div. So there are many fixes on the internet, and one of the fixes is this. So we will have a div of clear fix. We'll have a div of clear fix, empty div of clear fix will be there. Okay, so empty div of clear fix is there. Now what we have to do, we have to go here and clear fix. Actually, there is a float of right also. We are going to use it in a 2-column layout. So this clear fix, I'll go and then dot clear fix and clear both. Clear both means if a float left is also the float right is also, we have to clear both of them, and we generally have this command only. These are all commands, clear both. So clear both I'll do. See, again the HR have come, again the BR have come, so our issue is fixed. So you have to do like this every time when you use a floats. And floats doesn't have much of features, only this 2-3 features it have got. So that's why Bootstrap was having a lot of other things. So we don't have more features here. Okay, but those are new here, please do like and subscribe if you are finding something interesting. If you're finding I'm doing interesting work and making everyone a web app, please do like and subscribe. It helps the channel grows, okay, and reach more people. And I'm glad to tell that this channel is reaching people in Africa also, and a lot of people from Africa are also connecting with me. And soon maybe I'm going to start a batch for them also. Different means it's a paid batch, but they are connecting with me. So please do like and subscribe so that Google algorithm to reach it to different parts of the world. Everybody needs to become a web app developer. It's not just like in India. Okay, so that is there. And HR, now we are going to do a 2-column layout with your floats. We are going to do a 2-column layout. Okay, so after this I'll have another HR here. Okay, and I will have a div. Let's have an ID now. ID of main underscore block underscore. That's a good news. Yeah, I know. Underscore. Even some people from Southeast Asia are also joining, like Indonesia and all. So everybody needs this training. H2 heading, because when I generate certificate, I come to know all these things. Okay, so I was heading is there, so we're making a 2-column here. So heading is there, and P is like lorem maybe 15 I'll do. So like this I will have a P. So main block is there, and I'm going to have a side block. Okay, I'm going to have a side block like this. Let me do this, and side block. So what is this 2-column layout which I'm making? 2-column layout is like very famous. Half 70% will be the main content, and there will be a sidebar, main content and the sidebar. Okay, and again like this, I will have a clear fix after this. Okay, I will have a clear fix after this. Save it, and by default it will be coming one after the another. And this all styling is coming because in the first class we give a lot of styling to the paragraph, so this stylings are coming because of that. Okay, so we'll come here and do the hash main underscore block and float is like left and width is like not 100%, width is like 70%, because we're going to do a 2-column layout. Okay, 2-column layout. If I have written it right, and side block hash of side block and float of right and width is of 30%. Okay, so it is done, and see, it will be coming like this: float left and float right. Everything is coming perfectly. Okay, this 2-column layout. Okay, this column layouts and all this done, but I want to tell one more thing. There is something known as box sizing. Okay, box sizing is very important. Whenever you do some big project, you'll see this box sizing thing. That is not exactly related to float, but box sizing you should know. Means you'll always see that people will do a star and do the box sizing as border box. What is this border box? There is something known as border box. There is something known as content box in CSS. So what are that? What are they? So to see that, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have a padding, and I did that box model in the previous class, CSS 1. I did the box model, so you should know the box model also a bit for this, okay, which I'm teaching right now. So padding is like 15 px I'll do, and then border of 1 px solid hash, okay, as ccc or gray I'll do, gray I'll do. Okay, so this padding and this thing I'll have at both places, padding 15 px and padding 1 px solid gray, whatever it is. So see, now what happened? Now it broke. See, it now is coming, this is coming as extra, this is also coming as extra. Why this is been done? Because now by default in CSS, what happens, every box is a content box. It means that a div or anything, it takes the width 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 is 70% I've given, but it is whatever the box I will take, the size will be width plus border plus padding. So only the width is not there, it is the width plus padding plus border. So it is 70% plus 16 px, 70% plus 16 px. So it is going beyond that, 30% plus 16 px. So it is going beyond that. So fix this. This is not a good thing, that width is padding and border are not included in the width. This is not a good thing. So we have something known as box sizing, and by default it is content box, which I'm telling. So we have to make it a border box like this. If you don't give it, it is content box. Okay, so I make this thing border box, and see, now it has been fixed. It is now fixed. Now the width and the padding and the border are not a part of this box anymore. So this is how it works. So hope you have learned this thing. Okay, so that is done. Now we are going to learn about one of the most important topic in CSS, and as I've told, this floats and all these things, this we won't use much nowadays, because Flexbox and Grid are very important. We are going to use that on Flexbox and Grid only. We are going to use. So, but the thing is that now what I'm going to tell right now is known as positioning. This is very important. It is very important, because positioning is very powerful concept in CSS. With positioning, what happens? You can move any element to anywhere in the website or within something. You can move it. So sometimes what happen, even Flexbox and Grid, you cannot do the exact thing which the designer gives you. See, designer sometimes gives very complicated things, like go to the Apple site. There are some very complicated things. How you're going to achieve it? The designer will only give you the design. So how to achieve all those things? So that those things are generally achieved through something known as positioning. Positioning in CSS is very important: static, relative, absolute, and fixed. Okay, so let us do that. And for that, what I'm going to have after this and clear fix and all, I'll have another position box. Okay, so div dot position box I'm going to have, and inside this, okay, let's have some BRs after this, BR after this, and then H1 of CSS and H2 of crash course. I'll do H1 and H2. I will have of CSS and crash course. Now it will by default, it will show like this. Okay, CSS and crash course. Now I'm going to select this position box. Position box, and width is of 800 px and height is of 500 px, and border is of 1px solid black. 1px solid black. Okay, 1px solid black is the border. So what is there? A width of 800px and height of 500px. A box 800 by 500 box has been created, and a border is also there. So what I intend to do is, see, by default this h1 and h2 are there. So h1 and h2, h1 is top and h2 is below. So I want to move this h1 below this h2, and that is what positioning is all about. We can move something with positioning, means anything in anywhere we can move with positioning. But most of the time what happens, we have some predefined thing and we want to move something inside that only. So I want to move this h1 inside this box only, but below this crash course I want to move it here. So how to do that? For that we have something known as position absolute. Okay, so position absolute to move that thing. So I will choose the position box h1. So there are a lot of h1 in this thing, so that's why it is always beneficial to choose it like this. So position box h1 I'll choose, and then I have something like position absolute. So when I give a position absolute, what happens? I get access to 4 properties. One is top, left, right, and bottom. So I can move it anywhere. So top, left, right, and bottom. So that they are very powerful property. So what I want, top of 40 px, top of 40 px. I want a top of 40 px. Okay, the top of 40 px means, see, this is the top means of this box. The top of this box is like this. So from here I will move 40 px down, means I will move 40 px down, means the CSS will be somewhere down here. Okay, and we can see it and how to do it. Okay, so I'll do this. I'll save it. Okay, I will save it. See, now the CSS is not even here. CSS has moved somewhere. I wanted to move it below, but it is just not here. Where is the CSS? So let me go up. So the CSS is here. You can see this CSS. Actually, it didn't move inside the box. It moved from the top 40 px. It moved from the top of this website 40 px. Why it is? This is a very cool thing, but I don't wanted to do this. Okay, if you want to do something like this, you can do it with position absolute, means and you can move it. But as I've told earlier also, I want to move it inside the box only. It is not moving inside the box. Why it is not moving inside the box, and how to move it inside the box? To move it inside the box, the rule is that whatever is the parent element, the parent element of the h1 is this div, which is a position box. You have to make it relative. So that is position relative and position absolute. And I hope your confusion is clear. You all might have heard this position absolute and position relative. Who knows a bit of CSS also? Position. So the parent will be make a position of relative. Parent will make the position of relative. Now the CSS have moved down from top 40 pixel. It has moved from the top 40 pixel. It has moved. Okay, top 40 pixel. It has moved. See, by default the h1 was top, but see, now the h1 is below top 40 pixel. It has moved. Okay, so that is there on this position relative work. And now we can move the h2 also. Let us see the h2 also, and maybe I will move it. I will add some more here, and left of 200 pixel maybe. Okay, so see, I can move it in different places. I can move it anywhere within the box. Now I can move it anywhere. So now, just like this, let us move the position box h2, and again the position is absolute. Position is absolute. Position is absolute, and bottom is 40 px. Bottom is 40 px, and maybe right. So I'm using the other thing which are there. Right is 200 pixel. I'll do save it, and see, it is now from the bottom it is 40 pixel, and from the right it is 200 pixel. So this is how it is moving. So now I can do anything. So this is how powerful it is. Okay, so that is there. Now we are going to look into another thing. So this is about position absolute and position relative. Okay, and one more thing, by default everything is position static. So that doesn't mean much, means it will move according to whatever is there. So but now you're going to look into something known as position fixed, which is not related to position absolute or position relative, but it is a very, very powerful concept. We're going to know why it's a very powerful concept. Okay, so let us come here. After this BR, I will have a button. And let me call it a fixed button, because it will be a fixed. Okay, so the thing is that I will have a class of button here. I'll save. So my button is actually all the color is there because I just we just did it. We just make it a very good button. But I will have another class also here. So you can have multiple classes in the CSS. So I'll have a fixed button here. Fixed button I'll have. So now I'm going to use this fixed button. I'm going to use, and then I'll go here and then here dot fixed button, and then there is something known as position fixed. See, by default it has come here. Something known as position of fixed and top of 20 px. I'll do save it. Top of 20 pixel. See now where it is. Now it is from the top 20 pixel, but position is fixed. It is not position absolute or something. And what is this position fixed? See, I'm scrolling down, but it will always be fixed. So, and this technique is used literally a lot in CSS programming, because you all might have seen those navbar which are fixed, and even if I move it, the navbar will fix. That is generally done by top is of 0. That is done like this. Top is of 0. So, and I can have a navbar which will be always fixed. I can have a footer which will be always fixed. So that trick has been used there. So this is that trick. And maybe sometime you might have seen in the right hand side, I have these 3 things, like in that there is a WhatsApp thing and all those things are there. So that is also from here on. Okay, that is also from here. Okay, a lot of people are saying please do like and subscribe. If you're not done yet, please do. It helps the channel grows. Please do like and subscribe if you're finding anything useful there. Okay, so this is there. This is about positioning. This is one of the most important concept, and you should know it, because when I'm going to give you, whoever is following on YouTube, I'm going to tell you something to do. So all the theory part will be done for CSS, but you have to do a lot of practice. CSS is not like the I teach it, you are done. No, you have to get a lot of website, and there is something known as front end mentor. I will tell about it on the last class. Maybe if I get time, I'll make one website with it. But you have to do that. You have to do front end mentor. You have to do a lot of front end mentor. Even if you do 20 front end mentor websites, you will be like expert in CSS. Expert in CSS, Flexbox and Grid. That is the main thing in CSS right now. Flexbox and Grid. That is something which gives you a job. All startup wants okay, React skills every startup wants, but every startup wants, or every company, not even startup, every company wants CSS skills also. Front-end developers should know CSS skills, because what happens, the front-end developer gets all those things from a designer, all those static. So you should be able to convert those into designs. So that's very important. Okay, so now we are going to learn about background images. See, images we have learned in HTML also, but images are very well done with your CSS, but they're done in a different way. Okay, so let us do that. Okay, for that I will come here, and as always I'll have a images folder. I'll have, and inside this images, let us have some image, and we'll see one thing. Okay, so what is the image? Unsplash will go, and as always the safe image is a desktop image. Okay, I'll come here. No, I want maybe something different. Okay, this one I'll take. Let me see. I want to see something here. 614 to 426 and 50. No, I want a bit smaller image. The width is also small. Okay, it is also big. Okay, maybe this one I'll take 640 into 420. I'm taking it for a reason. I'm choosing the small image. Please see it correctly. I'm choosing the small image. I'm not choosing the biggest. I'm choosing the exact size. Okay, so that is there, and in my image, I'll open it. Okay, I'll open it and Control C, and I will reveal in Finder. And images, I will just paste it here, and it is like unsplash. I'll do unsplash.jpg. Okay, so unsplash I have pasted, and now what I'm going to do here, it is now the image is there. So we have to show the image, and we don't show image by image tag. We don't show image by image tag in CSS. So how do we show it? So there is something else also, and I want to show the image inside this position box. Inside this position box, I want to show the image. So how to do that? So I just have to go to inside the position box, and here you can show it that is as a background image also. If you set it on a body, it will be set as a background image of the complete thing. So I am to go here, and I will do a background image of URL. URL. This I have to take, and images I'll do, and on splash.jpg I'll do, save it, and see, it is come. But there are issues in this. The issue is that this is a 800 by 500 pixel, and the image which I downloaded, it is something like 600 into 426. So it is not covering completely, so it is repeating itself. Here also it is repeating, in the right, in the below also it is repeating. So this is not a good way. So this is how it works. How if a image, if you give a smaller image, it will work like this. The CSS was trying to fix it, but we don't want this kind of a fix. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a background repeat is of no repeat. Background repeat is of no repeat I am to give. So now see what will happen. The background repeat is been done. So no repeat has been there, but it doesn't fixes the problem. It makes the problem even bigger. Now even the image is not there. So it just makes the problem even bigger. So then we have to use something like background size of cover. Background size of cover I will do. So the moment I do background size of cover, it will cover everything. Means it will stretch this image to cover completely. Stretch this image to cover completely. And what happened? This is a very good way to do it. It means the image is not distorted. When we do it through only HTML and do it through width and height, you might see the image getting distorted. A lot of people who are new in HTML CSS, they do like that, and their images seems a lot distorted. When they create a website with HTML CSS, their image is very much distorted, okay, very much distorted. So that is like that. So the image is very much distorted in those cases. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so let us do one more thing. Okay, let us see if I bring a bigger image here. So what happened? So what will happen if I bring a bigger image here, very big image here? So the same image I'll bring, but I'll bring the largest one. Bring the largest one. Okay, now yeah. Okay, so now it will be having large and splash, large and splash. I'll do large and splash, and the first thing is that I'm going to comment this out, large and splash. But you might have guessed what is that? Large and splash.jpg. Save it. Now the problem is that I'm not seeing anything. Only the top, maybe left side is being shown. So the first thing is that I'll do a background repeat of no repeat again like this. So again, it will not solve anything because the image was already small. So background repeat, even if I remove it, this in this case, it doesn't matter. But I'll say why it does matter. So then I'll do this thing, save it. Now the background size is covered and it is again fixed, completely fixed, and it is looking good also. So the thing is that this is a golden rule, kind of a golden rule. Whenever you do something like this, whenever you give an image through background image, you do this background repeat, no repeat, and background size cover. It will fix it automatically, whether it's a small image, big image, it doesn't matter. Because this background repeat, no repeat, it is not required in the case of bigger image. But you don't know how big the image is, so blindly do this thing. Every image will be fixed, and but there is one rule. Bigger images are much more better than giving a small image. Bring a very big image so the pixel will be less, and although I'm telling that even small images, try to fix it. But what it happens if when it expands it in, see, even I have a HD, but there nowadays there are monitors which are ultra HD, true HD, something like that. In that, maybe the small pixel will be seen. So the better way is to have a very high resolution picture, big picture, and put it in a small. So downgrade it with background size cover. So that is how it works. That is how you have to work. Okay, so that is just a golden rule. But the thing is that you do only these two properties, every image in the world will be fixed. So that is like that, and you will not face that problem again. Okay, so that is there, and images we are done. We are going to learn about the bit of about the pseudo pseudo properties of your CSS. We have learned a bit of pseudo property, like the hover property is a pseudo property, but there are some other pseudo properties are also there. So let us learn about that. Okay, so for that, what I'm going to have, I'll come here, and after this I will have out of this button and non button, anyways it is not been shown. So I'll have HR and br and in br and actually we are very down. Okay, and today I will also give the GitHub for this. Okay, okay, GitHub for this. Okay. Maybe I'll do a bit of GitHub 101. A lot of people were asking for that. UL of dot my list. I'll do my list. Okay, inside this I'll have a li of item 1. Okay, I'll have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like this. So what we are learning right now, we are learning something known as pseudo elements. So what are the pseudo elements in CSS? So pseudo elements are like this. See this, my list. I'm going to select my list. Okay, dot my list, and then I will have my list. I can select the first element. So my list is the UL. I can select the first element. How I select the first element? Like my list, and then li and first child, li first child, and in the background of Rebecca Purple, save it. See, first child is Rebecca Purple. Similar to this, I can have the, so this is known as pseudo element. So pseudo element, okay, this is known as pseudo element. Now I have something known as last child also, maybe royal blue. Okay, so royal blue, last child is done. So similar to that, I have init child also. Init child is first child, last child is done, and rest of them I can give it with init child. Okay, so there is init child. A lot more properties are also there. I'm only teaching this one. Init child, and maybe fifth one I'll do, and this I'll do chart reuse, save it, and see it has been done like this. Fifth one, it is done. Okay, so there is a cool trick which we can do it with this. Okay, so let me tell that, and that is like okay, after this, maybe after this, and so anyways, this is the last thing. Acha. So I'll have something known as a dynamic list like this. I'll have a dynamic list and copy this and dot dynamic list li net child is of even and background maybe like Carol, and so init child property we're using, but init child property takes number also and something like even and odd also. So we are using that trick. So even, odd, and maybe dark, okay, dark orange maybe. Save it. See, where is it? Okay, where is init? Li, not lin, it is li. Save it. So it is coming. So it is, anyways, it is looking not good. Dark blue. Now it is looking, it's okay. So it is looking like this. So that is how you can choose even and odd. You can choose even and odd like this. Okay, so that is done. Okay, so we are done with CSS. Let me give the attendance sheet now, and after that I will tell a bit about GitHub, because a lot of people have requested GitHub and should know a bit of GitHub also, how I will put this code in the GitHub. So let me do that after this, because now Flexbox need to be started. Flexbox I will start from next day, means Flexbox, it should not, it is not okay, means if I start it just for 5 minutes and all. Okay, so let me give the attendance sheet. Please do fill the attendance sheet and copy it, and now okay, mark your attendance here. Mark your please do mark your attendance here. Okay, please do mark it here. Okay, thank you, Malay. Okay, so please do mark it, and so that this is day 2. Please do mark. And now, as I've told, I'm going to tell a bit about GitHub. So let me do that. So anyways, I'm going to dispose just like this. You should dispose it off. And then GitHub is like you have to install a Git and all. So if you're using a Windows and all, so I'm not going to tell completely because anyways I'm using a Mac right now. So you have to install this Git bash. So Git bash you have to install. So this thing is there. You have to install this Git bash. So what it does, it install the Git is there. Git is a inventory management version management system, but Git and GitHub are different. So then you have to create. I will tell it in very short because it generally takes a time. So you have to go to GitHub and create your profile. So GitHub is like from nowadays it is from Microsoft, and you come here and you can create your profile and all, and you can then host your code here. See, nobody. So if you put your code in your local machine, you lost this machine, it is gone. So it is not like all of your code should be here. See, if you go to here, my repository, I have a lot of repository. Actually, I have a lot means lot. Okay, so this all of this green kind of thing you get in GitHub. Earlier, if you have this much green, if I have, you already get a job. If someone comes and see you have this much green, which I have generally, LinkedIn is also not required. You just get a job with seeing this much green because you have done this much contributions. Okay, and because I've done this much contribution, I have been awarded also a lot of things. So that is a different thing. Okay, so come to my profile and see it on. Okay, you can come to my profile. Maybe let me give it. Okay, this is my GitHub profile. Okay, so that is there. So how to create a new repository? So I'm doing this thing. So I will create a new repository and then push all of this code into there. Okay, so I will come here and do a new repository, and maybe, and one thing, a bit of terminal is required here. Okay, bit of terminal is required, not that much, but a bit you should know. Okay, so I do many times this CSS basics, and this is what okay, March 20. I'll do, and you have to give some description here. CSS basics during March batch. Okay, this is there, and then I have to do a create repository. I have to do create repository, and it will give me command. So this is very good. It will give me command, and you have to use these commands to push all of this code which I've done to GitHub. And GitHub is like maybe a cloud. You can think it of like a cloud and all. Okay, so then I have to go to okay, this terminal is getting open here. That is a problem. Okay, so this terminal is there, and I have to navigate to where I have this thing. Okay, I have this project, and that thing you have to learn how to navigate. Windows, it is much more easier to do a right click and go to the command line, but Windows also you have to go to the command line. That is a must to go to the command line to navigate, or you can use the cd command. Means I know how to use cd command, so I'll do that cd dot and know where it is actually. Cd web development, okay, workshop. Okay, you can do this ls also. Okay, ls also you can do, and it will give some basics of terminal is also required. So 28 Feb css is there, and I did this css basic, again css basic. So I have to come here inside the css basics. Okay, let me increase the font size. CSS basics, I will come, and then after that I have to do, okay, I will make it a bit smaller. Okay, so I have to give all of this command which they have seen, which they have told. First command which I have to do is the git init. Git init I will do. So git init creates a empty git repository. Okay, it will tell that, okay, master is using initial okay. Yeah. Wait a sec. Oh, okay. Did I give a, okay, I think 28 February. I think I've already made the master as a git. Okay, that is where maybe I have given the code yesterday only. Okay, so that is okay. So let me do it. So just if you push it, so you have to add, see, the thing is that you have to do first this git init, then I just tell the command git add dot, you have to do, and then git commit, first commit you have to do, and then git branch you have to do like this main, and then you have to do this git remote. So it, what this git remote does, it adds, it's connect this to this GitHub. Okay, it connect this to this GitHub, and then you have to push it. Okay, then you have to push it. Okay, I think I have already done it, so I will do a remote. I think it is not. That is weird. Okay, anyways, it is like this only. It is not giving some error is there. Maybe I did something else. I have to check it out, and I don't want to waste much of other time. So you have to do like this, and then you have to do this git push. It will push it. It will push it. Okay, it will push it, and this is how it is done. And so with this, hope you have all filled the attendance form and all. And we are going to meet tomorrow. And tomorrow is a very important day. Why tomorrow is important? Tomorrow we are going to do Flexbox. As I've told, the Flexbox is the most important, one of the most important topic. And it happens like if you know only Flexbox also, it is more than enough. It is more than enough. Sometimes people don't even know CSS Grid. I know a lot of top developers don't know CSS Grid, but I find CSS Grid much more easier than Flexbox because it is two directional and Flexbox is one directional. Okay, so we'll learn about Flexbox tomorrow, and you'll all like it. Means you'll feel that okay, it is not like that much tough to do layouts in CSS. Okay, so please do attend tomorrow's class because it is very important for you all to learn Flexbox and all. So do that, and because if you want to learn CSS, that is the perfect way to learn CSS. Okay, and with this, I will end today's stream. Thank you all for watching. Bye.